Here we are. It's November 17th, 2021, and I'm glad you're here. It's the week before the American Thanksgiving, and I'm really grateful to be here with you. So oftentimes I talk about mindfulness practices and how I can get a little irritated, let's just say, when I go to a meditation class and it's in a beautiful setting and then they want me to go somewhere else in my mind, even though I'm already sitting in the beauty and wonder of nature and this moment. So mindfulness means being right here, right now, and having your attention engaged with the present moment, with what you're doing while you're doing it, refraining from judgment, and really accepting what is here. And we do that a lot here on our recordings and our meditations. But today I thought we'd do something a little different because it's something I'm working with, and it's reflecting on a positive future. A lot of us have been in lockdown or locked up mentally or sort of stuck. And sometimes it's important to take a look at the future, kind of new eyes. And it's not easy sometimes because I feel like there can be some contraction around it. There can be some negative belief systems that arise. And we've worked with some of that with self-inquiry, but today I thought we could just go for it. It's difficult for some of us to envision a positive future, especially if you have what I have, which is called aphantasia. Aphantasia means you cannot visualize on demand. Though I can see something in a dream and sometimes spontaneously lights will shine or I'll have some sort of insight. Aphantasia is when you want to, on demand, visualize something, whether it's a person or a place or a thing, or even a situation, and you're not able to do it. So I'd say it's about 10% of the population. Don't quote me, I'm not a scientist, but I am one of those people. So if you happen to be one of those people, as we reflect on a positive future, don't worry, you can tune into texture, you can tune into emotion, you can tune into a sound, you can imagine that you can see something, but you can feel if you're unable to call something up in your mind's eye. So I want to nod to you, for those of you who cannot call something up in your mind's eye, it's totally fine. So today we're going to be reflecting on a positive future, and the meditation is going to start. Well, let me just tell you why I'm doing it, and then maybe you can relate to this as well. Let me find what I was looking for. Here we go. So I'm doing this because, as some of you know, I am in May going to be finishing up my last teacher training for a while, at least the teacher training for the Meditation Teacher Academy, for the Mindfulness and Meditation teachers. There are over 300 of you, and you're doing your work in the world. And when I embark on teacher training, quite often it's a 9-month, if not longer, process from the time someone signs up to the time they complete the training. So I decided to create some spaciousness in my future, and maybe you've got some spaciousness in your future. So I've been working with someone to help me develop sort of a goal, something that excites me and at the same time scares me and maybe even seems impossible. So maybe you've got a goal like that, or maybe you're like me who had to really be prodded and pushed to create a goal because of the internal dialogue you might be having. For instance, I can't do it. I'm not good enough. I don't have time for that. I don't know what it's taking. I don't know how to do it. It's not going to work for me. I'm not that lucky. Somebody else can do it. All of those conversations. I don't have the brains, the resources, whatever it may be, even the time. So I'm going to suggest right now that you reflect on how you're doing right now. Let's start from where we are, shall we? How are you doing right now? What do you feel in your body? And you can keep your eyes open as we'll start the meditation in a moment. I just think we should start from where we are. You might invite some deeper breaths and notice what happens in your mind, in your body, when you consider your future, notice if it scares you, if it's something that excites you, if it's something that you just can't handle right now. I'm letting a few more people in. So as we think about meditating on our future, let's notice what comes up. Notice what's coming up for you. Maybe it's already a belief system that I already suggested, or something else entirely. And we're going to work with that too. So I just want to do that with real conscious awareness with the eyes open. Okay, so now again, we're going to start the meditation. And as some of you know, the meditation is about 20 minutes. I often say it's okay to get off topic. It's okay to forget what we're doing. It's okay to lose track. But here's the thing that's really important is to the entire time be kind to yourself and to not try too hard. Let's see what happens. Observe, be kind, accept, and keep coming back to this meditation anytime you notice you've lost your train of thought here or lost the track of the meditation. You want to sit comfortably. You want to sit upright if you can, if it's easy for you, with a long spine. And ideally, you have your eyes closed or gazing softly to the ground. And then begin to invite some deeper breaths. Let your stomach relax, let your shoulders drop. Let everything be as it is right now. Welcome this moment. The sounds and the sensations. This is your future. Yesterday, today was your future. And today, tomorrow will be your future. But this moment is the unfoldment of your future. So let's practice welcoming everything, appreciating this moment. And recognizing whatever mechanics make up this moment, it will make up your future moments as well. So we practice receiving what is here and now. Sounds and sensations, tastes and smells. Movement and stillness. Let's not struggle against this moment. Letting your breath be natural, letting it find its natural rhythm. We're going to be focusing from this moment into a positive future. And throughout this practice, be sure that you're breathing easily and your body and mind are relaxed. And now, in your mind's eye or in your imagination, take yourself into the future, 5 years from today. And if you're not comfortable with that length of time, you can shorten it or lengthen it. Imagine that you've reached a goal that you might have had this year, and it's finally manifest. And dwelling in this future, notice how you feel. Notice the feeling that is here in your body as you imagine this future is now. Reflect on how you treat yourself. How do you live in this future self? How do you care for yourself? Explore your lifestyle in your mind's eye, the rhythms of your day, the relationships that you have, feel into this future with appreciation, notice what it feels like living this future that you've dreamt or imagined even just now. Perhaps you can fill in the blank here. I am so happy and grateful now that I am living like this. I'm so happy and grateful now that I have. I am so happy and grateful now that I am. See, feel, or imagine that you're living in a healthy and vibrant body. See, feel, or imagine that you are ready to meet any opportunity and that you recognize the most evolutionary choices. See, feel, or imagine your grace and your strength and your courage. Tune in to the love that you have for yourself and for the world and those who live in it with you. See, feel, or imagine the passion and the excitement and the energy that you wake up with every day. See, feel, and imagine the nurturing relationships that you have with your family and friends. Imagine the abundance that you live with. And get a sense of how you're spending your days and the goal or goals that you've reached. And now, let's begin a dialogue between your future self and you right now. You might suggest some questions that you ask your future self or questions that your future self asks you now. How can I show up fully for the opportunities that await? How can I show up fully for the opportunities that await? From your future self, you can reflect on the things that you did that enabled you to get there. Ask your future self what you need to know, what support you might need, or insights that will help you reach this beautiful life. Let your future self know what scares you, what limits you, what might get in your way. And imagine your future self giving you some advice to how to address those limiting beliefs. One bit of advice your future self might give you is to imagine a life where you did not have that limiting belief. Imagine your future without that limiting belief, with freedom from it. And before we say goodbye to the future self, embody her or him again, basking in the possibilities, in the expansion, in the awakening, and in the success of yourself. Now we'll return to this moment, knowing that the future is a possibility, that it is going to be evolutionary and nourishing. And coming back to this moment right now and tuning into how you're feeling physically, emotionally. Tuning into the breath. And inviting appreciation for your life right now. And in this very moment, you can invite some affirmations. Could be informed by your future self, like I am successful, or I am peaceful, or I am vibrant. And invite the positive present moment affirmations to repeat themselves silently for the next few moments. Now ask yourself, what actions can I take today, or what perspective may I hold today that will serve my future? And letting all of the thoughts, affirmations, and envisions, let them all go as you sit right here, right now. Knowing that this moment is perfect as it is. Settling into the contentment that's here, the appreciation, and the peace that's right here. keeping your eyes closed. It's always important to come out of meditation slowly. And before you open your eyes, you might reflect on what you found when you put your attention on your future, what your future self suggested for you, what actions or affirmations you might want to hold for today. So I invite you to deepen your breath. Open your eyes when you feel ready. Stretch into the space around you. So I know sometimes this practice can bring up some limiting beliefs. I know for me, it brings up things like, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't think I can do it. But then I remember, you've heard this before, just when the caterpillar thought her life was over, she turned into a butterfly. There's some importance in imaginal cells, imagination, in the unmanifest. And we know this is true, but sometimes I forget it, is to imagine quantum leaps. They happen all the time, whether it's in cultural belief systems or in the world itself or in nature. And that even though maybe the future seems impossible to get to from where you are, this is the future from last year. This is the future from yesterday. And to have great faith, even in the midst of doubt. And to recognize, for me, I had to recognize what was holding me back. And it's so simple, these beliefs I have that if I just asked, is it true, or who would I be without the thought, they'd disappear like a sandcastle in a wave. So sometimes it's all that imagination that can call you forth into your future, but also get in the way of even believing there would be a delightful future. So I'd love to hear how you're doing, how you're feeling. If you had any insights that you'd like to share, you can go ahead and put it in the chat if you like, or I am going to stop recording. So I want to say goodbye to those of you listening to us on this recording. Thanks for joining us.